Hi out there, everybody. This is Mr. Kowalski, and I'm back again this week for your weekly fourth grade music lesson. Now, before we get started with anything, I want to say thank you. Boys and girls, I want to say thank you because your teachers have been getting in touch with me and they've been telling me about how hard you have been working during our music lessons and how much you guys have been enjoying them. That makes it great for me because it makes it so much easier for me to come out here and present these lessons for you guys, knowing how hard you guys are working out there. So you keep up that good work and keep working hard for your teachers out there. And that makes it easy for me to keep putting out some fun, exciting lessons and stuff for you guys. So I'm going to do my best to keep up with that, and you keep up that good hard work too. So thanks for doing all that good work. Now, today, we are going to take something that we learned and reviewed way earlier this year and tie it into something we did just last week. We'll talk about how we're going to do that in a second. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and tie. And at the end, don't get scared. But at the end, I'm going to give you a tiny piece of homework. Just a little tiny piece of homework. And don't let that word homework freak you out. You're going to be just fine. I'm going to show you how it works. All right. But let's go ahead and take a look at what we're going to review with today. Ready? We're going to come back and review this guy. Maybe you remember it. Oh, yeah. You might remember earlier this year we talked about the staff, the 5 lines and the 4 spaces that make up the staff. We said we can put notes on those 5 lines like this. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And we said we always start counting those staff lines from the bottom of the staff and counting up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for those 5 lines, or those notes that can be living in those spaces in between. 1, 2, 3, 4. There they are. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We said we always count the spaces starting from the bottom and counting our way back up too. Now, if you think way back to earlier this year, we had that story about all those people who lived in that apartment building, and we kind of laughed and giggled and had some fun with some of those characters and things in that apartment building. Well, today we're going to do some review to see if you remember how all those letters got there, remember which letters go where, and tie it into what we did last week. So if you think about what we did when we talked about this earlier this year, we talked about some special ways to be able to remember the letter names that go on these 5 lines and the letter names that go in these 4 spaces over here. Let's go ahead and start out with the spaces over here first. We said had a little rhyme that made it easy for us. We said if we want to know the space, you got to spell the word. You guys remember what letters it was? What word was it spelled? If you want to know the space, you got to spell the word face. That's right. So if you spell the word face, F-A-C-E, and you'll remember the letter names that go into those lines on those spaces. So that means that the first space, the first one right here, is going to be letter F. Right? The second space, if we keep spelling that word, is going to be for the letter A. Miss A. You can remember from the story. The third space is going to be letter C. And the fourth space is going to be letter E. So like we said, if you want to know the space, you spell the word face. F-A-C-E. But then we switched over to the lines, and we said, all right, if we're going to remember those lines, we can't spell a word with those lines. We had to spell something a little bit different. We had to do something different with those lines. We had to use a sentence. And maybe you remember what that sentence was out there. Anybody remember the 5 words that went in our sentence? Now, there were lots of sentences, but the one that I picked was the one that rhymed. Remember, I love rhymes. And I picked, if you remember, every good boy, there it is, does fine, right? We said take that sentence there, every goods. Goodness gracious, Mr. Kowalski, let's do that again. Oh no, I just erased everything. So we said it was every good work, fingers, work. Every good boy does fingers, does fine, right? There's every good boy does fine. That was for our sentence for the lines. And then, of course, we had F-A-C-E for those spaces over there, too. So that means, now here we go. Going back in here to these lines and spaces. That means if I'm thinking every good boy does fine, that means the first space, or first line, sorry, is E, right? Second line, G for good. Third line, B for boy. Fourth line, D for does. And fifth line, F for fine, right? Every good boy does fine. And F-A-C-E, face, of course, that's what going to be for our spaces again. So there's F, A, come on, A, there we go, C, and E, right? But those don't go there unless we have the treble clef living on that line, on that staff. So we got to have the treble clef there, living there. And once the treble clef is there, that's where we have every good boy does fine for the lines and F-A-C-E, face for the spaces. Delio, got it? All right, so keep that in your brain because we're going to come back to that. Now, let's talk a little bit about what we talked about last week. We got a chance to talk about and review that story of the Nutcracker. We talked about how it was a ballet, talked about how it was full of all these fun, beautiful, exciting dances. But we listened to one dance in particular. We listened to the Russian dance, if you remember. We listened to the Russian dance from the Nutcracker. We said, of course, the fancy Russian name for it was Trepak. And you can say the fancy name if you want to, Trepak. Yeah, you could try it. But we just called it the Russian dance from the Nutcracker. And it had that rhythm in it that we've been working with, that teet-teary rhythm, and how it went through that part A of the music. Teet-teary, teet-tee, 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 teet-teary, teet-tee, teet-tee, ta. And we practiced that a bunch last week. So let's take a look at it again. Let's do that again, nice and slow. Ready, go. Teet-teary, teet-tee, 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 teet-teary, teet-tee, teet-tee, ta. Now hold on, I feel like I left a couple of you guys behind. I feel like a couple of you guys were just Patrick starring it. Yeah, don't be Patrick out there, right? You got to join in with us. So don't let me leave you behind. Let's try that again with that T-teary. Ready, set, here we go. T-teary, T-tee, 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 T-teary, T-tee, T-tee, ta. Nicely done, but we know that it goes a little bit faster. So let's speed it up just a little tiny bit. About 1 and a 2, and ready, go. T-teary, T-tee, 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 T-teary, T-tee, T-tee, ta. But it really goes faster. So a 1 and a 2 and a ready, go. T-teary, T-tee, 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 T-teary, T-tee, T-tee, ta. Now, as we go faster, I'm going to ask you to take that from your voice and put it on your knees like we did last week. So you're going to tap. There's that Russian dance tune. Yeah, we heard it all the time in commercials and stuff. So listen to it one more time. It goes. Now we know after we do that theme, I gave these numbers here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because it gives 8 rests before it comes back again. And then there's this there's that funny thing again. 2 dots and 2 lines. That tells me that I need to repeat. Right, there's that repeat sign right there. So we got to come back and we got to do that again. So we do that. That's not going to be our part A. But remember, when we get to part B, we got to do that funny freeze. Remember, we get to that B part where it changes. You got to freeze and do a funny freeze. So let's try it. Just for some review, just for some fun review, let's go ahead and listen to that Russian dance, do all those taps, and don't forget your funny freeze on part B. Ready, set, here it comes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here comes the repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're going to do it again. Here's A again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Funny freeze! Don't move! Hold it! Wait for me to come back! Wait for it! Here it comes! Good job! Now here comes that coda where it gets faster again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Awesome job. Woo! That makes me get tired from all that tapping and working. Good job, everybody. Fantastic. Well, let's take that Russian dance that we just did. Let's tie it in with what we already viewed and talked about a little bit earlier. Ready? Let's take a look at this. Right now we've got our treble clef. We've got our staff, and we've got our Russian dance tune, our Russian dance melody. Here it is. It's just spread out now on the staff instead. So all I'm going to now is I'm just going to spread it out, slow it down a little bit, and spread it out. Look at it. There's that T-teary, T-T. Now I know they're little slanty lines, but that's okay because it's still T-T because it's just one line hooking it together. So T-teary, T-T, 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 T-teary, T-T, T-T, ta. And there's our Russian dance. But now that we have the Russian dance melody on the staff, now we can go back to that every good boy does fine, that F-A-C-E face, and we can figure out which letters make up the melody for the Russian dance. So let me go ahead and grab my text box right over here, and we're going to go like this. And we're going to make that box plenty big so we can see the whole thing over there. So now we got to look at each dot. And here's where we got to take a second and think back through. Okay, every good boy does fine. F-A-C-E, face, line, spaces. Ooh, this is where we got to figure out this stuff quickly. Ready? So if I take a look at the very first dot of my notes for Teet Teary, look where that dot is. We got to think, line or space? It's a line. Oh, it is? Are you sure? Yeah, it's a line. Yeah, it is. It's right there. It's on a line. Now, which line? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if it's going to be on the fifth line, we know that's going to be F, right? Now, this is going to be pretty easy because a bunch of them are writing the same thing. So if this is F, then we know the one that's on the same line next to it is also F, right? And we know the next one is also F, right? And the next one is also F, right? And the next one is also F, right? Whew! F, 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 F. That's hard to say. F, 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 F. Careful, don't get in trouble. Don't say it too fast. Right? Now, if we jump down to the next line, though, ooh, now we're not on F anymore. We're still on a line, but it's not the fifth line. It's the fourth. 1, 2, 3, 4. So every good boy does, right? So D for does. Awesome. F, 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 D. That's not D. That's not even a line. That's a space. Not the first space. Not the second space. Third space. So if it's third space, I got to spell F-A-C. Right, right. C and, oh, same thing again. Same one. We got to go back to C again. Right? Because they're on the same space. And then it actually jumps back up again. Uh-oh. It's still sitting on that line. Every good boy does. Awesome. So F, 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 D, C, C, D. And we're almost done. Look, we're halfway done. Ready? Now, next one. Line or space? It's a space. Oh, it's a space. That's right. Line or space. You sure? It's a space. Yeah, it's a space. It's the first, second, third. Third space. Now, we already did third space over here. C again, right? Ooh, and a bunch of them right in a row. Ready? C. In one. C. C. No, C. C. Kind of getting stuck on like a broken record. Kind of getting stuck, right? C. 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 That's not C. It's not a line. It's another space. It's not first space. Second space. F. A. Right. A. Oh, now we're back to a line. Whew. E. Did you say E? Yeah. No, because E is the first line. You say B? No, it's not B. B's the third line. Every. Good. G. There it is. Awesome. And then, oh, the last one finally. Line or space. It's the first space. Yeah. So what do we spell for the spaces? F-A-C-E, right? F-A-C-E, but we know we're already in F, so it's that first line. Boom. And look, that's how we use those staff letters and things like that to figure out how these melodies go. So now, there's our melody, but now comes the hard part. Now we gotta say those letters. F, 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 D, C, C, D, C, 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 A, G, F. Wow. Now, I've practiced that a lot. That's why it's so easy for me. But now I want to see if you can do it. Let's slow it down just a little bit more and see if you can do it with me. Ready? We'll start with that F. Not like super slow. Not that slow. All right, we're not going super slow motion. But we'll go about F, 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 D, C. About that fast. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. F, 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 D, C, C, D, C, 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 A, G, F. Did you get lost? Anybody make it about halfway through? Anybody make it all the way through? Awesome. If you made it all the way through, fantastic. That means it's going to be easy for us to do it one more time. So if you didn't get all the way through last time, let's try it one more time and see if we can get all the way through. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. F, 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 D, C, C, D, C, 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 A, G, F. Yeah, there you go. See, and the more we do it, the more we do it, the faster we can do it, the more practice we get with it and things like that. So, and then here's the thing too, reading music, reading words, reading anything, you start from the left, you go to the right, and you're always looking ahead to see what's coming next. So we don't just get stuck and get slower and dragged behind. So one more time, I think we're going to have the whole thing. 1, 2, ready, go. F, 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 D, C, C, D, C, 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 A, G, F. Pat on the back. Awesome job, everybody. Fantastic. So that is just how it's used for a melody like that, like it was for our Russian dance from last week. So now let's skip ahead and do a little pre-homework check, a little pre-homework quiz. Because if you can do this next part, homework's going to be easy. Ready? Let's take a look here. Now we've got our treble clef, right? Treble clef. We got our staff, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. And the only thing that I've done here is just I've separated the staff into different measures, different blocks, different grids there so that we can see where they go. So I'm going to change my dot size right here, and I'm going to go really, really easy across. Like I'm just going to say, all right, and for this one, I'm going to go right here and put that right there. Okay, and then this one, I'm going to, yeah, that's as big as it goes. And then this one, I'm going to go up here, and we're going to go right there. And then we're going to right here, and then right here, and then right here. So what are you laughing at? Stop laughing. All right, and then we have, oh, there's that one right there too. Okay, and then we have this one up here, and there's, okay, and then we're gonna go in here. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, and then we're gonna get a chance to come over and do this one right here. All right, there we go. Fantastic. So now we've got our. Stop laughing. Jeez, get over it. We're in school. This is serious, man. Get it together. All right. So we've got our treble clef, and we've got all these dots now, all these randomly named dots and things. So now we got to sit down and say, all right, with these dots, where are they? What are they? What are their letter names? So here we go. Ready? Taking a look at this one now. I mixed them all up. Lines, spaces, they're all mixed around. Now you could probably look at these things. Some of you are looking at these and going, dude, I can do this, bam, 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 and nailing all of them. Awesome. If you can do that, great. Some of us, like me, takes a little more practice, a little more thinking through. So I got to think through this one and say, all right, now if I'm on this one, is this a line or a space? It's a line. Oh, it is a line. Okay, so it's the third line. So every good boy. Yeah, boy. Awesome. So we'll put B. Let's keep going. What's the next one? Line or space? Line. Okay. Line. It's a line. Okay. Every good boy does. D. Awesome. Okay, let's keep going. Next one. Line or space? It's another line. There's a lot of lines. Ready? Every good. You guys know your stuff. Awesome. All right. Line or space? It's a space. Oh, finally, it's a space. Awesome. So now another space. F-A-C. It's just a F-A. You guys got this. You're awesome. You're awesome. All right. Next one. It's another space. F-A-C. Dude, nailing it. Nailing it. You guys are awesome. Space again. Yeah, there you go. A, good job. Awesome. All right, let's keep going. Keep going. I tell you, you guys are making this so easy on me. Ooh, line or space. It's a line. It's a line because it's going right through the middle of the line, right? It's the very top one. Now, you might not even have to think your way up. You just might know, oh, the top line is automatically Dr. F. Yes, very good. Excellent. Next one. Ooh, space. First space. Yeah, there you go, F. And last one. Oh, come on, first line. Guy's scared of heights. Doesn't want to ride the elevator at all. Mr. E. Yeah, fantastic. Gotta tell you, is this easy? If this is easy stuff, then the homework stuff is going to be super easy to do too. Awesome. Let's do one more practice through this one too. Let's do this. Let's say, okay, I'm going to change it back to my dots. Okay, back to my dots. And let's do, let's start on this one. All right, let's just do that one. And now let's do this. All right, you got it? Now we're going to see how fast we can do this one. Ready, set, here it comes. First letter is third line. There you go. Awesome. Awesome. There it is. Yeah. Second one, space. And the next one, minor space, line. Yeah, that. Wait a minute, hold on right there. Yeah, we spelled a word. What did we spell? Yeah, we spelled bag. Yeah, you can take these letters, and if you get the letters together in the right order, they're actually going to spell out some different words. Now, how about this one? We got 3 letters here. Can anybody figure out the word that those letters spell? Not just each letter, but put those letters together. What word is it? Yeah, you got it. D-A-D, and that spells dad. See, you guys are awesome. Fantastic. Awesome work. Wonderful job. So here's what we're going to get you to do next. Last one, because our time is wrapping up. Ready? Is it an awesome review work to see? I knew how awesome you were going to be because I already put it in there. I'm psychic. I know things. Ready? Awesome review work today, everybody. Great job. Says, okay, here comes the dreaded homework part. Here comes dreaded. Supposed to be sorry. Here comes the dreaded homework part. Ready? I've shared a link with you teachers for another one of those Google forms, like the Google form we did before with the William Tell overture and the opera, and you fill those things out. Thank you for those of you who are sending those in. Awesome. That means I can sit down and check your answers as we go along. Okay. I've shared another link with your teacher for another Google form. So teachers, you're out there listening. Okay. If you would just make that link available to the students in a homework folder or on a Schoology page or however you make that available, that'd be awesome. They can complete that form. They can submit that form to me. It'll be super easy. You don't have to worry about, grading or checking or anything like that. Teachers, you just share the form, share the Google form with them. Now, students, it's your responsibility to get that form done. Right now, let's take a look at the form we're going to get a chance to do. So I am going to move things all around. Okay, I'm going to jump around real fast on you guys. Don't let me jump around too fast on you though. Ready? Here it comes. I'm going to show you what it's actually going to look like. Ready? Boom, boom, boom. There it is. Awesome. So here's me in the corner. Yep, that's still me. Okay, so your Google form is going to look like this when you get it. It's going to say Treble Clef letters quiz. Don't freak out because it says quiz. All right, but you're going to complete just the same way we did it before. Ready? You're going to do your first name. You're going to do your last name. You're going to do your school name. Check off your school name. And then what word helps us remember the letters of the spaces of the Treble Clef? If you want to know the space, you spell the word face, right? So you type face there. I'm giving you the answers. Ready? Number 2, what sentence helps us remember the letters of the lines? If you want to know the line, every good boy does fine. I'm giving you these answers. Remember these. Awesome. Now, the rest of it gets super easy. Number 3, it's just going to say, what's the letter name of this note? Boom. There's a picture of it. And what is the letter name? Look where the dot is. It's in a space. It's in the second space. Down here for short answer, you would just type A. Right? Because it's in the second space for A. Super easy. And you can take your time on this. There's no rush on this. You can take your time and finish it whenever you can. Ready? Now, what's the letter name of this note? Same thing. Picture, type it in. Now, some of them are like these where you type in the answer. Type. But later, there are some of them that make it even easier, give you some multiple choice, like this one. Ready from 12 on down. It says, what's the letter name of this note? And you look at the note and you figure out what it is, and you've got a multiple choice. So you just click on the bubble, whichever one it is, boom, click. When you get all the way down to the bottom, all the way to the end, there will be a purple button that says submit, and you just submit that form. It comes right to me. I get all your answers. I can cheat and share your answers with everybody. No, wait, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to check your answers to make sure if they're right or wrong, and then we'll get a chance to get those all checked out and everything. So that's going to be the quiz, the homework that I'm going to give you guys. I'll share that link with your teachers, and teachers, if you could just share that link out with them, then they can send it to me, and I'll get a chance to take care of that stuff. So awesome job today, guys and gals. Great review, great work, fun stuff with the Russian dance. Awesome job with the Every Good Boy Does Fine with the FACE face. And I will see you guys again next week. Right? So take your time this week. Make sure you get that homework piece done. Don't forget about it though. Right? That's an important piece. Get that homework done and I will send that back to you guys. So awesome work today. I will see you guys again next week. Have a great rest of the day. Keep working hard for your teachers and thank you guys for all your hard work. And I will see you again next time. Bye guys.